Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today we are building another house in The Sims 4, and this one is the house from Hocus Pocus. It's one of my favorite Halloween movies, and the house really was a prominent memory for me when I was little. Um, so I'm building it today, and I think it's really cool. It turned out really nice and quaint. There's two really uniquely shaped bedrooms. They both have ensuite bathrooms. There's this super cool cupola, I think it's called, on the top of the house. It's that third floor little extra room. And it has a little look down into one of the bedrooms. You can't really see too much from it, it's just one tile, but looks really cool on the outside. When I was little and watching this movie, I remember the house to be just so big. And I guess that's just part of being a little kid. Everything seems so much bigger because when I was looking at pictures of it now, and I'll put it on screen so that you can see what I was looking at, it's way smaller than I thought. But it's nice. It's a really quaint, small house, and I had a blast building it. The colors are really cool. I love the white and red, and it has a lot of interesting shapes, and it looks like things have been added onto it over time, and I just love it. Really, really cool house. Some more features about it. It has, I don't know if I said this already, 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. So there is a guest bathroom on the first floor so that you don't have to walk through a bedroom to use the bathroom. It has a dual entrance front porch. So there's the one on the right side of the house with the stairs and the more porch looking thing. And then in just a little bit, I'll be messing with the terrain, and there'll be a gentle slope up to the door on the left side of the house. So 2 separate entrances. The one on the right is to the kitchen. So I imagine that would be more of a secondary entrance. And the one on the left is to the foyer and the living room. So that one would be the main entrance, even though the other one's decorated more. But you could switch it up and change it to be whatever you like, and make whatever entrance the main one. Let's see, some other things about it. The bedrooms are very spacious, and I love the shapes of them. They're pretty funky, so it's a little cramped to walk through at times, but you can still get to everything with no issues. The interior is super colorful, which was also really fun. I used a lot of different wallpapers. I kind of made it witchy, like magical. I didn't use any objects that I think are magic related, but in my eyes, it was just a little bit more magical than the typical house. It costs 50,401 simoleons, and you can download it on the Sims 4 gallery under my user ID at @NickLastGame. You don't need any custom content for this house. It does use some packs, but if you don't have them, that's alright. The game will just replace it with content that you do have. So feel free to put this in your game and play with it. You also can change around anything you would like. If you want it to be a different color on the outside or add a room, put it on a different lot. I'm building it in Newcrest, but I think it would work in a lot of different neighborhoods. You also could change the inside to be any different style or fit any family. But right now I'm just going through and adding a lot of landscaping. I didn't really look at the reference picture for the landscaping. I figured since the lot's just different and it's just gonna look different in the game no matter what, I might as well landscape it how I normally would, and I think it looks really nice. There's a lot of cool shapes added and a lot of color brought to the house just through the plants, and it makes it blend in a bit more with all the different changes in terrain. We're about to move inside though. Right now I'm just adding a few trees to the outside, which I think really helped frame it. It made the gallery screenshot look a lot better. Just kind of filling that out. So I guess that's the tip. If you are struggling with building houses and you want to cover something up, or just hide a part of the house. Put a big tree there. And you could even size it down so it doesn't take up too much space. But that's a really good way to just, shape the front view of the house without actually changing any of the build. Now we're moving inside it, and you can see I already have all the wallpaper and flooring picked out. I also have the bathrooms decorated, just because that's something that takes me forever, and I think it's super boring. I'm turning the camera a lot in these really small areas, so it's just easier to cut it out. And it helps me get an understanding of what I want the build to look like. So I get to have a little bit of an idea going into it so that everything else just works a lot smoother. But I love the interior of this house. I had added this really cool glass, like French door kind of doorway, separating the dining room and the main living room, and I think it's super nice. It definitely is reminiscent of older houses, that are more sectioned off with their rooms, but having that big wall kind of opens the space a lot. It doesn't make it feel as disconnected, but still very private. It also makes it easy to include all these different wallpapers and stuff, because there's a bit more of a distinct separation. I really like this trunk. I like trunks in real life. Whenever I see them at stores, I always want them, but they don't really fit with the vibe of my house right now, so I don't have one. But I imagine at some point I will own one, because I just think they look super nice. And I threw the TV on it and some pictures right behind it with the chess table there. The house, it really doesn't cost too much. I guess it's pretty expensive for a 2-bedroom, but I wasn't intentionally trying to spend a lot or a little. So it was a nice little surprise. But you can make it way cheaper, like with ease. I think you could delete a lot of the decor, use cheaper alternatives, put some more simple art in, and you save a lot of money. But here you can see one of the bedrooms. It is a little bit cramped, but ultimately there's a lot of space. It's just kind of shaped weird. And I put a double bed in there just because I figured it could be, the master or one of the ones, or the only bed. Jeez, I'm really tripping up over my words. Or the one upstairs. I don't know which one would be the master, so either could be. And then you could just put a single bed in the other one. But I wanted to put a double bed in both, just in case. But they're really cool shapes, and this room has a lot of really interesting light coming in from those 2 windows. Only having 2 windows, I thought it would be a little bit darker, but it works out. And that's the room that has the balcony thing looking over it, which you can see, I think, in the screenshots. But thanks for watching, guys.